At least you're getting to sleep, so that's really good.
Yeah, that helps. 4 hours a night. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Claritiveness of those things.
Oh,
Okay, so let me know when we can start. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I call to order the February Guam Board of Accountancy meeting to order. Before we begin, we can just go ahead and just reconfirm that the meeting has been properly noticed, which I think it has been.
yes, February 12th and February 17th.
February 12th and February 17th. Okay, good. So present are our board members, Jenny Chu. Now, participating virtually are board members Taling Taitano and Francis Bapa. And myself, John Onadera. And then we have Dave Sanford as executive director participating in person. So looks like we have a quorum. So we'll go ahead and move forward. First item on the agenda is the last meeting minutes, which is January 15. Minutes are in our materials, so.
Move to approve, subject to correction.
Second.
Okay, so it looks like the meeting from last minutes from last meeting has been approved, so move on to the next item.
We'll do the
You want to do the
endowment fund.
Okay,
That's right. So check out the value over time just kind of shows the blue line is our contribution and the green line is our value of our fund, which basically as of January 30th, we're saying that we've invested 4.2 million and our value is 6.5 million. So that's over the last basically 10 years. So not a bad return. On the next page, you can see as of February 13th, our value was 6.531 million, 6,531,000. Investment results year to date, which is just 6 weeks, I guess, is 137,000 increase. As usual, the market's going up and down. You flip to the January 30th statement page. Our year-to-date balance was 6.502 million. So 2 weeks it came up $30,000. But our performance year-to-date is 1.46%, and that's basically for 1 month. And then 2025 was 11.6%. Far exceeding our 6% plan through our investment plan, so we had a good year.
Dave, what was the 15,168 spent on? That was just last quarter, so I'm assuming
That's fees.
February.
Yeah.
Or January.
Yeah, they took it in January. We flip back to and it's back here in the back. Yeah, there's an activity summary page. I think it says 17. But, it shows you that basically we paid 15,168 in fees.
Okay.
That's the first quarter fees for this year.
Oh, there you go, I see it. Okay.
It's running par for the course.
So typically read them admin.
At this point, and there's no realized gain or loss at this point for the year 2026.
Okay.
So this statement runs on a calendar year. So.
Yes.
There's no questions about the fund itself. I did get an update from Dr. Jones. She said that they're pursuing the visiting professor that was recommended by Dr. Conrad.
Yes.
So they're working on getting him here for the fall semester of 2026. I'm not sure if they're working on anybody else for the summer, but I think they're going to invite back the two professors, the husband and wife that taught through last summer for data analytics. Um, um, and some auditing, so I think they're gonna invite them to do another course for the MAC program.
Who was this?
And we supported them. It's a husband and wife. They're both professors
Yeah.
in the States. I think they're in around Spokane, Washington.
Did we meet them?
No, we didn't. They haven't been here. They were just
Remote.
They did
Virtual,
virtual
okay.
for this course. But apparently they were well received by the students, so I think they're gonna invite them back for the summer program.
Virtual also, or?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, we paid, I think, from the visiting professor program, we paid $5,000 for each one of them.
Yeah, okay.
To each one, I think, taught a class for the MAC program. The other thing that Dr. Jones is working on is the approval of setting, creating a separate division of accounting in the School of Business and Public Administration.
Division of Accounting.
So that's where they have a separate division for accounting, specifically for accounting, so. She's gotten approval, so now it's being submitted up the chain.
What does that mean, division of accounting? Because I know there's a separate degree. You have there's bachelor's in business administration, there's bachelor's in accounting, so you
Right.
have that.
Well,
So what does a
up to
division
this
do?
point, I guess, everything has been considered just part of business administration, the whole.
Okay.
scope. When you create a division of accounting, then you've basically got faculty focused strictly on accounting. And
Okay.
I'm not sure what it does otherwise, other than the fact that it ultimately could lead to the fact that you could have a degree program that gets accredited if you have an accounting.
Okay,
If your accounting program is accredited, then the degree itself is accredited separately from the school.
okay.
I think that's
Interesting.
where she's ultimately going, but,
Okay.
it'll take some time, but so far the faculty, apparently the faculty, whatever their organization is,
Yeah.
has approved it. So, that's getting submitted up the chain now, I think, to the senior VP. And it has to go to the senior VP and the president, so, but so far, everybody's supporting it, so. Since they eliminated the exam at the junior level, this is the first year they eliminated it, the enrollment's basically almost doubled in the accounting program.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what Martha said,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. So they're up to, I think, 30-something students, in this year's program. The enrollment doubled, so.
Okay. Oh, so I'm just trying to check my schedule. So there is a GOG SBPA Advisory Council meeting tomorrow, so I'll
Okay.
probably see her tomorrow.
Yeah.
Learn more. Okay.
I hear something about it, so she said it's in the works, so.
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the visiting professor program with the fund?
No, it's good. I mean, the market keeps going up.
Yeah.
So-
Not gonna really.
It goes down, then it goes up, it goes down.
It's up
good
and
thing-
down every day, but.
It's a good thing we didn't invest in Bitcoin, I guess.
No, no.
Was that what they're trying to do? Encourage us to
No,
alternative investment,
alternative
which
investment.
would have been tied
but
to
Not
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin, not
Okay.
Bitcoin.
We would have been
Private
down.
equity, but not Bitcoin.
Okay,
So we'll go into that stuff. Okay,
I think we're prohibited, at least I think
yes, I think so.
We're prohibited.
It's not in our program as far as I know. I don't want it in there.
Okay, so I think this is good. No other questions. Moving forward to the visiting professor. So we'll have some visiting professor at least this summer.
Yeah,
Then for the next, whatever,
the fall, the target is to have the guy here for fall of 2026.
this
semester.
fall, okay, this fall,
semester.
okay, so it's possible to have
That'll
some
be
for
starting,
fall.
I guess, in September.
That would be great.
August, September. Yeah,
Okay, Great, okay. So next item would be.
New licensees.
Oh, new licensees, okay.
Yeah.
We have a lot, so
Yeah,
what happened?
90 something.
Did we miss a month or?
No, they're just beginning to catch up.
Okay. So there's someone from Guam, looks like came from,
So these are all
Yeah.
new licenses.
Yeah, there's a lot of initial though.
yeah,
Yeah, so, yeah, but, well, you know, part of the tied to when, the ICPA releases the scores and stuff, and then, you know, it goes through the NASMA process, and then we get the files.
okay,
You know, which we download all the files, so we do have one person from Guam here.
yes.
Zane,
I don't know, but it's working at Bank, okay, from, Dave's place.
Yeah.
Okay,
working in Bank of Guam, no,
yeah, since last year, oh,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, so, Zane.
Came from UOG, so that's good.
Yeah. Different files. Okay, you know, which we download all the files, so we do have one person from Guam here.
Yes,
Zane,
I don't know, but it's working at Bank, okay, from, Dave.
okay, so anyway, we don't have any issues, and there's
Yeah.
90 something.
Oh, number 11. What is she applying for? She's just with us recently.
Yeah.
Is
She's self-employed now. Oh, she was.
But is this-
Pay?
this a firm license or is this just individual license? It's like just individual.
It's an individual license.
So she didn't apply for a firm license?
Yes. She had a license with the Washington State Board. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe her firm license is from there.
Yeah.
To perform audits, that is.
Maybe.
Okay.
Move to approve?
Okay,
Anything, no issues, right? Just a lot, right?
no, everything's fine. Yeah.
Second.
Okay, can I hear a second? Second by Francis, so the applications and the license to practice are approved. So we can move on to the next.
92 licenses.
It's a lot.
Yep, 92.
So you need to hopefully get going on that automatic
Yep, we're
license renewal.
working on our procurement process.
That was,
We're making progress, slowly but sure.
I think we're at like 8,000, almost 9,000.
Yeah, 8,000.
8,000 some.
We're fixing the top 8,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Positive.
Okay, the next item is the quarterly candidate performance report for the Guam, for the exam for Guam. As usual, you know, I mean, there's nothing new here to report. We fell into the overall pass rate as, we ranked 20 and the overall average score was 23, so basically hanging in there where we were at 1,800 overall candidates, with a 53% pass rate overall. Average score was 71. The thing I noticed was that, we had candidates, 1,631 international candidates. That actually is 27% of the total international candidates. So we have almost a third of the total international candidates,
Wow.
coming through Guam.
Looks like our candidates have gotten smarter over the last
Mhm.
10, 15 years because
They've done better, much better.
we've always been around like 50,
Yeah.
Yeah.
48.
No, they're doing much better.
I mean, at 18, at 23,
Is
20.
is that because our fees are lower or our requirements are a little less?
Well,
stringent?
the only thing relative to our requirements is that we don't require a social security number and we don't require residency. Those are the two things that tend to bring candidates to us, international candidates.
That's what I've been told. I've
Yeah.
met a few people that said they choose Guam because, You don't need to be a resident, and you don't need to have a social security number.
Right, and you know, we picked up a number of people from New Hampshire because previously they didn't require social
Yeah.
security, but last
they
year
required
they enacted a social security requirement. So for the whole year last year, we got a number of people from New Hampshire that were, you know, for it. Working in, you know, CPA offices all around the world, but, they had New Hampshire licenses and they couldn't renew them because they didn't have a social security.
So they couldn't even be grandfathered in,
No, they weren't.
they weren't, so that's why we had
Yeah,
okay.
so we take them. You know. I mean,
Okay.
we accept passport numbers and, you know, citizen ID numbers, and it works just as well. The other thing to note is that, the, year over year, total candidates, from 2024 to 2025, was up 23%. Which is, higher than the overall, increase. So we have candidates, our candidates are increasing faster than the national average.
But the national average is increasing, Bill, right?
Yeah, it did increase. Flip back over here, a little bit farther. The national average was, overall was 20%, and we were 23%. And we have basically almost a third of the international candidates, but our average score and our pass rate, is right up there with, all of the rest of them. And that's even with the fact that we have a 70%, enrolled in other, meaning people that haven't actually completed all of their required education. Compared to jurisdictions, where they've already completed all their education and they have, more master's degrees than anything else, and we still have, a pass rate that's equivalent to, or in some cases, a point or so higher than the average for those jurisdictions. So on the whole, our applications are holding up. I don't see any decrease, and our pass rates are, comparative to the people who have, you know, higher levels of master's degrees and they're not English as a second language. So I think, yes, our candidates have gotten a lot smarter and a lot better prepared. All that said, when we look at pass rates, if you look at it, based on sections, it just varies a lot. You know, FAR is 43%, BAR is 45, REG is 68, and ISC is 73, and TCP is 80. There's a lot of, questioning going on, especially among the executive directors with, pass rates, not in terms of the candidates themselves, like we're saying with average grades, but in terms of why is there so much variation among pass rates, among the various sections? They're really just kind of questioning.
So what's TCP?
what's
That's the
going on here.
tax
That's the tax, compliance,
compliance, okay. What is
tax and compliance. So you got audit, FAR, REG, you know, which are regulation, and then BAR is the you know, business accounting reporting. The ISC is the IT stuff, and
Yes.
TCP is tax and compliance work. So, you know, there's just a lot of questions about why is there so much variation between one that's 80, one that's 45, one that's 60, one that
Yeah, it's,
maybe the FAR and the BAR should be higher, and you know, that kind of thing. So
no, I would think FAR would be
yeah,
most difficult, but everyone has to take audit, FAR and reg.
right,
I just thought BAR would go up higher than
yeah.
audit. It looks like audit is still,
Yeah, so, you know,
Interesting.
it's kind of odd, so there's a number of people questioning the pass rates, and they're looking into details about that, so.
do you have to take and pass audit, FAR and reg before you can take one of the?
You can take any section anytime you
Anytime,
decide.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah, there's no requirement of one over the other.
okay.
But the only essentially exclusive rule is that once you've passed one of the disciplines, bar ISC or TCP, if you've passed one, you can't take another.
Well, again, okay,
Yeah, so
you have to stick.
you can take one and fail it and take a different one, but if you pass one, that's it. You don't get to take another.
Now, in order
But
to
why
get,
would they want to take another one?
You know, there's always one in the crowd.
these,
Oh, I wanna take everything, you know,
overachievers,
be an expert, you know. No, that's not allowed.
lifetime students,
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
which is not a bad thing, but
You know, kinda like the people who, take the SAT test 52 times so that they get a perfect score eventually, and, you know, that's what goes on the record. You know, that kind of thing,
Because I can.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure.
I mean,
Essentially.
there's some people that, got their CPA, it wasn't enough, went to law school, got that, and then now he's a doctor,
Mhm.
a medical doctor.
Yeah, not me,
Um,
I'm not that smart, I guess.
so second question, so in order to get a test license later on, you would need to have passed. You would need to have got to the bar, right, or no, you can,
So, well.
you just need to get any once you get a CPA license, even through
Once you pass the
TCP.
exam,
Once you pass the exam,
yeah.
let's say you didn't go through bar, you got TCP. You can still go to a CPA for work in the audit department, get a test license,
Yeah,
okay,
we don't care what the discipline.
just as long as
is.
you have a CPA
As
license.
long as you pass the
That's the
CPA exam,
okay,
you have to pass the exam, that's the bottom line.
okay, so there's no
And-
requirement to go into any of these disciplines
No,
to get any type of license out of CPA.
no, no, but for us, you know, the only thing we have is a test and non-attest.
Contest, right, okay,
And the only thing you have to have for a test is 1,000 hours of auditing experience
yes,
under the direct supervision of somebody authorized to sign an audit report, so.
okay,
You know, so, but if you jump back to this summary page for the overall statistics by jurisdiction. You'll see that, we came in, number 6 this time because Illinois wound up having 85 more candidates than us, just on a total candidate basis. But for instance, you look at, we had 1,802 candidates. California had 4,965 candidates, but if you look at our average score, our average pass rate was 53%, California was 50. Our average score was 71.5 and they were 71. Our average age is 29 and 29.7, so not much you can say. We had a higher average pass rate than Illinois, and we had a higher average score there, and we had an older population. Same thing is true of New York. So the only jurisdiction that really had a higher average pass rate than us was Washington. And they had a higher average score and they had an older age, 31, average age 31, 2 years older. What I'm surprised about is that Texas had a lower average pass rate and a lower average score with the same average age, because Texas requires that you basically have completed all of your education and have 150 hours in order to sit for the exam. So we're looking at a majority of candidates with English as a second language and not having completed all of their education yet. And yet we have a higher pass rate than the jurisdiction that requires, 150 hours of completed education before you can even sit. So maybe that's a function of, the time that's passed since you finished your education and took the exam. Who knows?
Could just be a function of who studies harder.
Yeah, yeah, but typically you'd think Texas would do better considering that they also have a much higher percentage of master's degree candidates. Yeah.
You're always looking for correlation.
Yeah, but hey, what can I say? Our kids do pretty good.
I just noticed Hawaii has hardly anybody taking the exam there.
Yeah, really, yeah. Very true,
127.
very true. Does anybody have any questions on the exam performance?
I don't have any additional.
Okay. We can move along to the next one is the NASBA Pathways Summary as of January 2026. There was some legislation signed into law in Texas that said you had to have a baccalaureate degree with an accounting concentration, but doesn't mention any number of hours. But they do have a board rule that says you have to have at least 120 semester hours. There is some discussion going on because when you look at this this list of legislation here, and it's now like 30 something, almost 40 states or jurisdictions that have passed legislation to reinstate the baccalaureate with 2 years. Some did away with the 150 hours, some still have it. Some have said we only require a baccalaureate degree, and some have said we still need the 120 hours or whatever. The issue is becoming relative to not specifying the number of hours, because in the past, it was understood that almost all baccalaureate degrees in the United States were 120
Yeah.
or more hours of total education. Although now there are some baccalaureate degree programs that are granting degrees with 90 hours. So,
Not 90 degrees.
yeah, with 90 hours of education, so essentially 3 years instead of 4 years. You know, if you average 30 hours a year, right?
Yeah,
So you
I still get an accounting
they're saying
concentration.
that, yeah, there are a couple of institutions that are supposedly now granting, and I'm not sure exactly which ones they are. It was just brought up in the discussion I was in, but there are some institutions granting baccalaureate degrees with 90 hours of education versus the 120. So the question is, do we need to really specify the 120? You know, or just do we need to just specify the content? And states like California said, well, we're just going to say baccalaureate degree, and here's the content you have to have had: business hours,
Yeah,
accounting hours, 24 business, 24 accounting. But
The board, we have to rely on the educational system, hopefully.
right,
If they come out with a bachelor's degree,
with 90 hours,
I mean, the fact that the
What can-
college, accredited college is issuing granting a bachelor's degree,
Yeah.
I guess we have to trust that now. How do we question whether it's 90s,
I don't know.
not,
Yeah, I don't know yet.
it's not adequate versus 120?
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
We're-
because we were debating, well, 150 doesn't make a difference to the 120 now,
No.
it's going the other direction. How do we
Yeah.
justify
So
120?
we're gonna go from 5 years to
3 years.
That's kind of the
What a
issue.
turn of events.
That's kind of what's going on right now,
Yeah.
so. I'm sure I'll hear more about it at the executive directors meeting in March next month. I'm going to, so.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion.
That's
among
interesting.
Executive directors, so. Yeah, so we'll have to, I mean, from my perspective, we have to, number one, look at the institution, number
Yes.
two, look at the actual curriculum that they're using to
Yeah.
say 90 hours is enough. You know, so, but, I think it's obvious that we need to ultimately look at revising our law to correlate with, the majority of the other division, of the other jurisdictions, which, working on doing.
Yeah, after 3 years, can you imagine there could be a lot of younger
Yeah.
kids joining the profession?
Well, that's the question, you know,
1 year younger.
are the students older or younger, or are they
Yeah.
just less, I mean, you know, in other words, are we reducing the hours to, number one, reduce the cost, and number two, give the unprepared candidates a better chance at advancing versus,
Yeah.
you know,
Maybe, yeah, I'm interested in seeing what,
benefit or a trade-off.
yeah, what goes away when you go from 120 to 90? What courses are being eliminated, or is it less?
That's,
The less electives, all
Yeah.
the electives are gone, then maybe that might make sense, right?
yeah,
You don't need to take PE, you don't need to take,
until we see, curricula.
or
or-
music.
or medieval history, you know, or Greek mythology, or,
Sociology.
yeah, anyway. We'll get there, but I think
That's
we're gonna hear more about it within the next 6 months to review.
That's very interesting, okay.
Okay,
Wow, 90.
okay. Anyway, if anybody has any questions about this chart, then let me know.
That would mean I wasted 5 years, I wasted 2 more extra years in
Tell me
college.
about it. I paid off my student loan too. How smart was that? Compared to nowadays, yeah, I did. Paid the whole thing off. Okay, the next one is the annual CPA exam fee letter. This is the annual letter we get about the
Yes.
fee increases, and the only one increasing is Prometric. They get their cost of living increase.
Of course.
So they're going up a few bucks, per section, so. But NASBA and the ICPA, the fees are staying the same for 2026 and 2027, so. At this point, the candidate cost per section is gonna go up to, it's 265.57 in 26, and it'll be 268.59 in 27. So not by much, but, 1% or so. But that's the fees for the next, through the end of 2027. At this point.
So a new exam taker to take all 4
Mhm.
parts the first year, all the
Yeah.
fees, let's say a Guam candidate. I don't know what they spent, 1,200 bucks.
$30,060 just for the section fees. Basically 1,100 bucks for the section fees.
Okay.
Yeah. A little bit less than 1,100 for this, just the section fees. Then, of course, you have the application fee and the,
Yes,
and
Others
the
running
notice, that kind of stuff.
okay,
So overall, I think I'm still looking at about the $1,500 is what you'd spend in fees, at least with us anyway.
everything, okay,
To pass the entire, presuming you pass, first time.
first time, right,
You
1,500
take
bucks.
each section.
That's just for exam fees,
Yes.
registration fees, not
Yeah.
including study materials.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you take, if you fail a couple and if you fail two and take it twice, then you're probably gonna end up paying about $2,000 in fees.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Okay, then the next one we have is the candidate care quarterly report. And the only real item here, I mean, outside of all the standard usual stuff, candidate error, site issues is. The CNAT, which is candidates not able to test, was 233. And they didn't make any comment about it in here, which I thought they should have, but basically it's October to December, which was all of the snow flurry stuff, and
Our force
most
majeure,
of
okay.
it was people that couldn't get to a test center closed, the whole area closed, because
It must have been,
roads were iced over.
I think it's a lot of during the snowstorms. that
Yeah,
were
it
happening.
was. I mean, that's,
Okay.
I'm sure that's 90% of it.
Well, they're all that
Yeah,
in January, yeah, okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but then, but we do know that there have 27,500 candidates that have downloaded the Uniform CPA mobile app on their phones, so. That means that the candidate base is beginning to,
Nice, that's good.
take advantage of the things they can now do on their phone that they used to have to do at their computer. That was a great advantage, I think. And that leaves us with the financial. And what I'm looking at, and this is through January, so, and this is actual, so it's 219,000. So, we're saying, oh, okay, that extrapolates to what, 660,000. But then if you look at the individual licensing fees, it's only 37,000 out of 400. So if you add on another 330,000, you'd be at basically 990,000. So, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get there. It's going to be somewhere around 400. So And along with everything else, I'm thinking even with our 300,000 contribution deducted, we'll probably wind up with somewhere around 50,000 in excess revenues for the year. So if not more, so.
When did we cut the check for, was it February?
Well, we cut it in the first week of February.
Okay, so it's not yet, okay.
Yeah, it's in February. But I did get a call today from Kat at the endowment fund. She wants to know when we can arrange to have a photo op.
Oh, another photo op. Okay.
For that check.
Yeah, for the contribution, so.
Whenever Tolling and Francis and Sean are available.
So we'll find out when Sean's coming back and when everybody's gonna be on island and I'll let her know. She said just let her know if we have some dates or, whatever, so. We could just tell her to go ahead and use the last picture.
Well, not much would it be.
Photoshop the date, the amount. I don't think we're that much older, are we? But, yeah, so I don't see any issues with the financial statement.
Okay.
Financing, and if you look at the chart in the back, you can see that our sections decreased a little bit between December and January, but overall, everything's holding up, the revenues are up, so. Basically our candidate applications are up 13%, sections are only up 7%, so overall revenues are up 9 point something percent, so.
Did we
for
make,
the year.
did we make the transfer to,
Year.
did we make the transfer already?
Yeah, we did, we made the check in February, so it'll show up next month, but the 300,000 we made, yes.
Yeah, hopefully the Guam Society is gonna get that done before Jason's not treasurer anymore.
Yeah.
What is the society doing?
Yeah, the Guam Society contribute 5,000 this
Okay.
year to
To
the
the
endowment
endowment
fund also.
Okay.
So yeah, we just have to get that done with Jason. So.
Well, he said he's not gonna be treasurer anymore, so.
No, he's treasurer, but
Okay.
we have to find him and get him to bill some people.
Oh, he has a build, okay.
Is this the first time he's
He's-
contributed?
No,
With the-
no, the society contributed once or twice before in the last few years, but it's been a couple of years, I think. But yeah, everything's holding up.
Right, I know it's a society, but what, are you guys using a certain program or just Excel?
It's Jason, I think,
QuickBooks.
is putting it into QuickBooks.
QuickBooks, okay.
So, he took over from Jim,
Okay,
and so he's trying to get the society on track, so. Yeah.
yeah, Jason, he has a lot of free time, he could.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. I will be going to the executive director meeting. I think I leave March 21st, so we'll be fine with the March meeting and then I'll be gone for a week or so. I think it's in Austin, Texas or something. Then the regional meeting is in Park City.
Said the one in Arizona or Utah?
Arizona.
Utah, right, one of them, I think.
I think it's in Utah,
Okay,
and I think the annual meeting is in Arizona.
okay,
So the regional meeting is in towards the end of June, so like June 21st, 25th, something like that, 24th.
yeah, I don't know, is Tolling, are you interested in going or?
Don't know who wants to go.
I can't check yet.
I wouldn't mind going to the annual meeting
Okay,
if there's, if that's available.
okay, I'll check.
Should be, I mean, last time they allowed 3, 4, is it 3?
Yeah,
For
they
the
allowed
annual?
3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
they
so
had 3, so.
my suggestion is, since they allowed 3, we have to try and continue to get 3 to go all the time, just so it's,
Yeah, it helps, yeah,
it's natural 3 going
Yeah.
forward, right?
yeah.
I mean, it's, in other words, it's automatic that they approve 3, so,
Okay.
but I'm not sure if I'll go to the June, it's, If it's that late in June, it's not my
More
preferred.
difficult.
Yeah, it's not my preferred timing, yeah.
Okay, well, if anybody wants to go to June, the regional or the annual, just send me an email, let me know when the scholarship thing comes out, then I'll go ahead and put it in for everybody who wants to go. I guess Sean is traveling now, so.
Okay,
Okay, anything else?
I have nothing else. I think you did bring something about the CPT, but that was more of just, I think I can do something.
Yeah,
We'll go from there, but other than that,
yeah, they were asking for the board and I told them I think you're better off to have the society do it, so.
yeah, so
Yeah, I think the society can afford it and they can do it, so.
yeah. But EY, at least we can host, at least that part, we can put these boxes for collection in our office.
Well, that was for the, board's gonna give $200 for,
The supplies.
supplies.
Okay.
Yeah, the hygiene supplies is what they were asking for. So. And Jessica said we can get plenty of supplies for that, so.
Good.
They'll take care of that. So. That's all I have, unless anybody else has questions.
Yeah, Dave, how much are we paying NASPA for our membership fee?
About 16,000 a year, and part of that was designed to cover some of the travel costs. So I think that's why they don't have a problem giving us 3 people
I see.
scholarships.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, understood.
Yeah, I've never quite figured out how they decide how much to charge for dues. But
What is a fixed amount every year, or is it?
yeah, it's pretty much been the same for the last 5-10 years, I think. I think it was maybe 14, it kind of progressed from like 11 to 12 to 14 to 16 over what's been 21 years. Yeah, it's good. Not bad.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No,
If
move to adjourn?
nothing, thank you. Can we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. See you
Thanks,
soon.
everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Thank you.
Francis. Bye, Tolling.
Thank
Bye.
you, bye-bye.